According to Heraclitus, nothing is permanent in this world except change. Look at the following illustrations. The way people dress during the early 1900s and the architectural styles that we see are also changing. Both are examples of cultural elements. As time goes by, we see these elements change. In this regard, we can say that the culture also changed. What is cultural change? Did you know that there are four proponents who introduce the models of cultural change? According to Edgar Schein, there are three stages of culture change. Initial founding and early stages. During this period, the behaviors and the norms established by the company and especially the founder and key leaders will set the tone for the culture of the company for years. Shane described this period as clarification, articulation, and elaboration. Midlife. This is when the company has stabilized with several learned anxiety avoidance and problem-solving behaviors. In order to shift the culture, you will need to deeply understand what makes the culture stable and why Shane notes that this period brings up a stressful strategic decision. Maturity or decline. This is defined as excessively stable. Change may be all but impossible because of how deeply people are attached to the underlying assumptions. On the other hand, John Kotter is a thought leader in change management who introduced another cultural change model. In his book, Leading Change, he describes an 8-stage model. Step 1. Create a sense of urgency. By demonstrating the benefit of change happening swiftly, this will move the project along. Step 2. Build a guiding coalition. In order to help you sell the change, to guide it, coordinate and communicate to others in your organization. Step 3. Form a strategic vision. That outlines your mission and purpose for the change. Ensure that all stakeholders are included in your vision of the future in relation to the past and change that is yet to come. Step 4. Enlist your army. In order to create a buy-in, your army will build support for your idea and advocate across your organization. Step 5. Enable action. By removing barriers to success, this can be inefficient process or hierarchies that prohibit impactful communication. Step 6. Generate short-term wins. To engage volunteers and maintain positive momentum of your project. Step 7. Sustain acceleration. By building upon early successes, increased credibility makes your vision more credible as well. Step 8. Institute change. New habits replace old ones and your project continues to demonstrate its value long after the project is complete. Psychologist Kurt Lewin's model recognizes and prescribes unfreeze, change, refreeze as 3-stage process for change. Before a change can be implemented, it must go through the initial step of unfreezing. Because many people will naturally resist change, the goal during the unfreezing stage is to create an awareness of the status quo and to manage and understand the doubts and concerns. These changing steps are also referred to as transitioning or moving, is marked by the implementation of the change. This is when the change becomes real. Refreezing symbolizes the act of reinforcing, stabilizing, and solidifying the new state after the change. the changes made to organizational processes, goals, structure, offerings, or people are accepted and refrozen as the new norm or status quo. Shook's model highlighted that transformation starts from our behavior. Therefore, to start changing culture, we need to change how people do their work. As what was stated, it is necessary to stimulate behavior change through experiences, consolidating values and attitudes to consequently change the culture. How do these cultural changes affect our education? Shane's work on organizational culture and organizational change, particularly his level of description for culture, provided the key framework for putting together the school effectiveness findings on the importance of the psychosocial construct of school climate. Our primary theoretical argument was that cultural models of teaching and learning should be explored at the intersection of instructor cognition, teaching practices, and instructional environments. Creating cultures that will lead to improved schools requires emphasizing the distinctive elements that drive the culture of teaching in schools, professional community, organizational learning, and trust. So, what benefits can we get from the different models of cultural change? Culture change starts through changing mindsets. Research in schools and other organizations suggests that changing a culture requires understanding the local context and history and designing the processes and any supporting structural changes to be sensitive to place and time. To change a culture, one must first understand that these mental models of school and classroom organization may promote implicit skepticism even when there is no active resistance. Culture change is, in other words, hard work for everyone. We hope you enjoy and learn something from this video. Thank you for watching.